Get fire ready should trigger people that you need to be aware and not complacent to think that a big red truck's going to turn up in your street, because there's not enough big red trucks.
It's a really important reminder for people that summer's coming, and this summer will be challenging, so people need to be prepared. And so we spend a lot of time making sure that we've done our part to get people ready. And of course, in the end, it's up to them to do things as well.
We're calling on Victorians to do 4 very simple things. Prepare your property, have a plan, download the Vic Emergency app and set your watch zones. Get fire ready. Come into your local CFA station throughout the month of October. Go to the website, see who's open and what time, and come and get fire ready.
Get fire ready should trigger people that you need to be aware and not complacent to think that a big red truck's going to turn up in your street, because there's not enough big red trucks.
It's a really important reminder for people that summer's coming, and this summer will be challenging, so people need to be prepared. And so we spend a lot of time making sure that we've done our part to get people ready. And of course, in the end, it's up to them to do things as well.
We're calling on Victorians to do 4 very simple things. Prepare your property, have a plan, download the Vic Emergency app and set your watch zones. Get fire ready. Come into your local CFA station throughout the month of October. Go to the website, see who's open and what time, and come and get fire ready.
Get fire ready should trigger people that you need to be aware and not complacent to think that a big red truck's going to turn up in your street, because there's not enough big red trucks.
It's a really important reminder for people.
Knowing CPR is one of the most important things you can do to look after your family and friends. That's because most cardiac arrests happen at home. And when bystanders like you take action, the survival rate doubles.
We know that CPR can seem scary or stressful, so we're going to talk you through how to do it in just a couple of minutes. Keep in mind that when you call 000, the call taker will tell you what to do and send us straight away. But knowing what to do before we arrive makes all the difference. With cardiac arrests, seconds count, and it's up to all of us to know what to do to save a life.
So, grab a pillow or a call push shock kit if you have one, and a space on the floor, and let's get started. Over to you, Jess.
When it comes to responding to a cardiac arrest, we can break it down into 3 simple steps: call, push, shock.
Okay, the first step is to recognise that when someone is unconscious and not breathing normally, they may be in cardiac arrest, and you need to call 000 immediately. Cardiac arrest means the heart has stopped beating normally and immediate action is needed. So call 000, put it on loudspeaker, and the call taker will talk you through how to do CPR. They might ask you to check the patient's breathing, but at this point, the most important thing for you to do is to just call 000 immediately.
Alright, the second step is to push. Push hard, push fast. And there's no need for you to do mouth to mouth anymore. Just use your hands. If there's someone else with you, take it in turns doing CPR. Swap every 2 minutes, as it's really tiring. You'll need to continue these compressions until we arrive and take over.
Here's a few things to keep in mind as you're doing compressions. Put the person on the floor if possible, not a couch or bed. Kneel next to their chest, with your knees about shoulder width apart. Put the heel of your hand in the middle of the chest, directly between the nipples. Place your other hand on top and lock your fingers together like this. Try and keep your fingers off the chest. This will keep your weight on the right part of your hand. Lean over the chest with your arms straight and elbows locked. Push down 1/3 of the depth of the chest and let the chest rise back up before pushing down again. To get the right speed, you can use the song Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, or Row, Row, Row Your Boat, or even Baby Shark as a reference.
Basically, you want to be doing about 2 compressions per second. Join along with me. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Don't let fear get in the way. Try and stay calm. Do what you can, and remember, that when it comes to CPR, any CPR is better than no CPR.
Alright, we've covered how to call and push. Now let's tackle the shock component. When we say shock, we're talking about an AED or a defib machine.
AEDs are in a lot of shopping centres, schools and public places. Knowing where your nearest AED is super important.
There are many types of AEDs in the community. This is just one variety, but they're all just as easy to use. Just keep a lookout for this sign.
So, if you're nearby to one or someone can grab one for you, here's what to do. Turn it on and follow the instructions. That's it. AEDs are totally safe for anyone to use. They analyse the patient's heart and only deliver a shock when needed. You don't need training to use one, and there's an automated voice that will tell you what to do. Some of the things it'll tell you are to remove their top,
Remove clothes from patient's chest.
where to put the pads,
Apply pads to patient's bare chest.
when to move away from the patient,
Shock advised. Stay clear of patient.
and when to keep doing compressions.
No shock advised. Begin CPR.
So there you have it. Call, push, shock. Call 000 immediately. Push hard and fast between the nipples and shock if an AED is available.
Remember, when you call 000, the call taker will tell you exactly what to do, and we'll be on our way as quickly as possible.
Thanks for joining Jess and me today to learn CPR and how to use an AED.
These are two of the most important things you can possibly do to keep your loved ones safe. Take care.
what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. You and me, we got something special, baby. You and me, you and me. I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. Oh yeah, I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. You and me, we got something special, baby. You and me, you and me. I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. I can't help it.
golden head looking kind of creepily on the table here. And the story is that this was won at the Taskmaster fundraiser that Ballarat hosted about a month or so ago, which Dragon City won. And then they've decided that every time these two teams play each other, they're going to play for the Alice. So the stakes are high. It's for first and second place of Statewide Stampede, and also the first Alice.
Alice. Rebecca, having picked up lead for the Rat Pack, picking up 4 points, calling it off.
I feel like this one's going to be a pretty tight game.
It's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. It's one of those, the two regional teams that are semi-close to each other, wanting that pride of place.
So we have OG jamming for the Rat Pack and Goose Lightning once again for the Chico Rollers.
Goose Lightning picking up lead there. OG not that far behind.
I do enjoy seeing the cuts. All the different camera angles are really cool. And also, yeah, getting to see some Hawkeye cam. Very cool view. It's another 4 points on the board for the Chico Rollers, putting them on 12. The Rat Pack sitting on 4.
We have Corey lining up against, is that Kilbo? I believe it is. Now that we've switched to Hawkeye Cam, definitely correct with who I thought it was. Corey picking up lead, but Kilbo is right behind, and Corey's like, yeah, no.
That was fun. That looks fun.
You gotta love a very, very quick call off. It's like, oh, do we just send you out again? When we get a bit of a bigger break, we'll run through our officials. But we have Freak Show Francis up against Damage Patch Doll.
Wow. Fabulous skating. I like to, yeah, I remember now. Freak Show Francis is like fancy feet. Freak Show Francis. Like, yeah.
That way of getting through, that was avoid a hit, being dip, out, lead.
So the Rat Pack picking up 4 points, putting them on 8.
And we have Rebecca and just trying to work out who the Chico Jammer is. We're not necessarily in the most clear spot to see.
No.
Goose.
Eh,
I should have known it was Goose, but I'm used to looking for bright coloured leggings times or longer leggings. Spot on with the timing of that call off was Goose Lightning, picking up all 4 and avoiding Rebecca from picking up any.
So it looks like we have Corey jamming for the Rat Pack and Gilbert Baggins jamming in the black for the Chico Rollers. Kilbo does have lead. throwing those hips, trying to pick up those points. Looks like Kilbo does pick up a 2, the Chico Rollers. That was a very fierce points and call.
Picking up a 10-point lead currently. Very, very early days. We have Damage Patch Doll and Freak Show Francis.
They are quick. So quick. And their awareness of where to get to, where they're going, is so good.
The weaving,
Yeah.
the magic. Slender Jam just going to double check a couple of things. We do have an official timeout, so let's take that time to run through our officials for today. For our non-skating officials, we have Muggles, Toots, Pancakes, Kilohertz, Panda, Crystal. I believe that there has been a late change. I'm not 100. No, Abby's still there. So Abby Normal, Mad Pixie, and Detention.
Excellent. And our skating officials, we have Frankenherder, Murderface, Slender Jam, Maureen, Miss Cray Cray, Hypodermic, and Disaster Chief.
I wasn't sure if Abby was going to take advantage of winning the Big Gay Couch raffle earlier, but I believe duty must be done. So not actually sure what that official timeout was for, but
Official things.
exactly.
Always official things. So it looks like we have Rebecca up against Goose Lightning. So Rebecca in the yellow, jamming for the Rat Pack, and Goose Lightning.
Goose has had quite a bit of success picking up lead jammer so far today. Rebecca making their way through for their initial pass. A slight blocking advantage to the Rat Pack. Rebecca with some fancy footwork of her own, staying inbounds. Goose with the call off before Rebecca could hit the pack again. A little bit of a game of slaps on the jammer line.
Slaps with love.
You're going to love when the two jammers just sort of start going, yep, let's have some fun.
It's one of the, I think it's one of the only sports where, there is a lot of love and friendship and stuff. Between jams. Entering the jams.
I was saying in the game before, it's one of those things with Derby. You're fun and laughter, and then the whistle blows and you're all very serious.
Absolutely.
Then the whistle goes again and you're back to laughing, apologizing for whatever might have happened, making jokes about who fell over awkwardly and all that kind of stuff. So
the quick another 2 points for the Chico Rollers, putting them on 28, and Rat Pack sitting on 15. Who have we got to jam here? We got Corey in the yellow for the Rat Pack. And I believe we have Damage Patch Doll in the black for the Chico Rollers.
So at that stage, Okay, everything's going on. We are about to have a jammer bounce. Gotta love jammer bounces. So we had Corey being called for a cut track just as they were about to pick up lead. They headed to the penalty box, have not served the full time because Damage Patch Doll also ended up almost getting out for lead to be called for a cut track. So between the two of them, they've bounced, they've served the same amount of time. And we're all back to Derby. But it does mean there is no lead jammer. This is a 2-minute jam. And with the looks of those rolls, I would not want to be the jammer out there. This is going to be a hard 2-minute jam.
Yeah, there's very, very solid walls happening on track. No, it can't be good. It's going to be tiring.
Damage Patch out on their initial pass. Corey has star passed. So Gussie is now the jammer for the Rat Pack. Damage Patch Doll picking up 4 points. Gussie coming in on a scoring pass. Nice little bit of offense from Corey. And with that, the jam comes to an end.
So 4-point jam for the Chico Rollers, putting them on 32. And 2 points for the Rat Pack, putting them on 17.
So things slowly starting to go in the Chico's advantage. That lead is starting to solidify a little bit. Still early days, still lots and lots of potential for things to change. I mean,
So we have a Rat Pack timeout, so for the yellow team.
just a reminder for those of you in-house, you still have a little bit of time left to purchase your raffle tickets. They will be drawn at halftime during this game. And there's still a chance to go and have a look at what goodies are down in the various stalls. I just picked up myself some fidget toys. Hawkeye's been loving I can back in. I will say Hawkeye was taking their life into a little bit of their own hands there with that focus. Not necessarily the person who would be happy to be focused on. Everyone's getting back into position. We have Freak Show Francis and Goose Lightning. Goose Lightning living up to their name of lightning. Getting through, getting lead, managing to work her way around, hitting the pack again, sprinting on through, falling over, calling it off, all the things.
I feel like I literally blinked and that's it. The jam was done. So quick.
You see something happen and it's just like, wait, what? By the time you've processed it. Okay, someone has been called. Oh, okay. And Disaster Chief giving a penalty to Rebecca for forearms, leaving Kilbo Baggins out there on a power jam.
I do love that Kilbo coming through getting lead and also checking to make sure that the Rat Pack pivot who fell over is okay.
Yeah.
You're okay? Great. Again, just something you don't see in other sports. The sportspersonship in at Derby is fantastic.
Opting to ice Rebecca in the penalty box, allowing Damage Patch to have a slight power jam start. Rebecca picking up lead.
I do enjoy that lead is being shared amongst both teams quite nicely, sharing their toys. That's good.
Yes. Quick call off. Slender double checking how many people passed, whether all 4 points were to be awarded, and in this case they were. It's also one of those scenes where, because we've got the outside pack refs, the jammer refs have got that little bit more confidence of just double checking, making sure that yes, everyone was passed. That's what I saw.
So it looks like we have Corey jamming again for the Rat Pack. Carves up the inside. And Goose Lightning jamming for the Chico Rollers once again.
Okay. I'm going to assume based on what happened there, Goose had gotten past all of the blockers before being recycled back, so had been awarded lead there from Maureen. And then when Corey got out first, completely clear, of course, got given the wavy arms, the flying arms to say no lead, and a little bit of confusion from both teams, in short, from that. Freak Show Francis picking up lead. Kilroy Baggins one left to beat.
I do love seeing KO like just trying to block the jammer. That's the very last like millimeter that they can.
So that was a bit of a drawback, run back, coming back through. Freak Show Francis also trying to hold Kilbo up, but deciding then to call it off, allowing OG and Damage Patch Doll to line up for the next jam. One blocker for the Rat Pack in the penalty box.
And Damage Patch Doll getting through for lead jammer for the Chico Rollers. So I'll call that one off, thank you, before OG comes through. Because we know Derby is all about protecting those points.
So that was a 2-point jam for the Chico Rollers, taking them to 46. 21 points ahead of the Rat Pack on 25. I do believe I see a Corey out there for the Rat Pack. And is that Goose out there as well?
This is some fast derby. No wonder this is, the grand final playing for first and second. Two teams that have obviously been, ahead of the game this season.
KO leading the charge there to protect points as much as possible, giving the direction for the Chico Rollers to get to the front. Unfortunately, with a bit of a tumble, one of the Chico players did sacrifice a point there, allowing the Rat Pack to pick up one.
I can math this one. It's 20 points if there's a 20-point lead to Chico Rollers.
Kilbo Bargains picking up lead. Freak Show Francis still working their way through the pack.
Oh, those Chico blockers. Yeah, great job there.
A few people stopping when they heard whistles going, making sure that it wasn't them who needed to report to the penalty box. Kilbo with a bit of a jump, picking up all 4 points there before calling it off. That was a 4-8 jam. Chico Rollers now out on 54-30. Rebecca up against Damage Patch Doll.
Damage Patch stole. It's getting lead for the Chico Rollers. Was another quick jam. 3 points going on the board for Chico Rollers, putting them on 57. And Ballarat's Rat Pack sitting on 30. Remember to go get your raffle tickets that will be drawn at halftime.
Big hit there from Becken Snipples, delaying Goose, but Goose managing to get lead still. Corey out not far behind. The Chico bench is calling up, up, up. Corey's calling up, up, up. Everyone's running away from the jammers, and Goose is just like, I'm going to pick up 2 points anyway.
Think I can recognize these jammers. Now I'm doubting myself. No, we have Freak Show Francis jamming in the yellow for the Rat Pack. And Kilbo Baggins in the black jamming for the Chico Rollers. A little bit of shimmy shimmy and coming out through the pack there.
Is that all 4? I think
Yeah, it might be 4.
looks like 4. 4's gone up on the scoreboard. It is helpful when you're looking for the Rat Pack jammer ref that Slender does stand quite a bit taller than everyone else. Yes, Slender, I'm talking about you. That looks like Rebecca and Damage Patch Doll.
That's a tricky one.
That was very much Calamity June pushing Damage Patch Doll through to pick up lead, but unsteadying Damage Patch Doll, who hit the ground and got recycled in. So we got a double donuts, which now brings out Corey and Goose again, I believe.
Love seeing some more Hawkeye cam if you're watching the stream.
Very fast lead pickup by Corey. I feel like that was a little bit of speed wobbles from Goose Lightning, allowing them to get caught again. I love that. Corey calls it off straight, skating backwards into their own bench. So, yeah, who needs to skate around if I can just call it off and stop right with my team?
All right, looks like we have OG lining up to jam again in yellow for the Rat Pack and Kilbo Baggins for Chico Rollers.
And Beck managing to get in the way, so Kilbo ended up on the inside of the apex. OG picking up lead for the Rat Pack.
That wasn't going to go anywhere.
I don't blame OG for calling that off when they did at all.
Protect those points. Speaking of points, Rat Pack are on 38 and the Chico Rollers on 59.
Damaged Patch Doll picking up lead. Freak Show Francis close behind. The call-offs was just spectacular there. So that was a quick hitter, picking up all 4 points, calling it off to avoid the Rat Pack, while simultaneously getting their blocker out of the penalty box with
The
split-second timing. That was
skill.
spot on.
The skill is amazing. Speaking of them amazing, the Chico Rollers bench crew hats, like hat Muppets. I was like, are they Muppets? They tickle me Elmos on their heads. I want to touch them.
Corey with lead. Alice got released from the penalty box, started skating to join back up to the pack, and then realised the pack had sped up, so it was going to be quicker to turn around and go the other way. So the Rack Pack having a little bit of success there to claw the score back a bit.
Looks like we have Rebecca jamming for the Rat Pack and Kilbo Baggins jamming for the Chico Rollers.
And very much the battle of the old guard at the front. Rebecca and KO both playing in that first statewide Stampede grand final. That was a 0-0 jam. Freak Show Francis lining up. Damage Patch Doll for the Chicos. Oh,
And looks like Harm and Riley getting to enjoy the big gay couch.
so Abby had won the couch. Abby is currently doing penalty box managing,
Very important.
so allowing Harm and Riley to take over the couch.
Although, I wonder if the big gay couch could have been moved to the penalty box. Then maybe Abby will get to enjoy it at halftime.
At least Abby can take advantage of the snacks. So, in the meantime, Damage Patch Doll picking up points. Freak Show Francis, having served a penalty, through for their initial. Second scoring pass there for the Damage Patch Doll. Picking up 3 points on that pass, taking them to 70. Rat Pack on 40. Just waiting for the rolling whistle, and we'll be at half time.
Half time already.
Yep.
Wow.
I just heard that rolling whistle. So, for those of you who have entered the raffle, that will be coming up soon with the draw. And those of you at home, we will be back in probably 12 minutes?
Sounds
11
good.
minutes, something like that. We'll see you then.
what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. You and me, we got something special, baby. You and me, you and me. I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. You and me, we got something special, baby. You and me, you and me. I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby.
And we've got the officials having their meeting. Hawkeye walking right through the huddle to make sure that they're getting up close and personal on everyone. So we mentioned before, this is the grand final, first and second place game for the Statewide Stampede of 2025. It is also a repeat of the grand final from the first year of Statewide Stampede.
10 years ago.
10 years.
10 years ago.
10 years. We asked before, who is cheering for the Rat Pack?
And who's cheering for the Chico Rollers?
Who's cheering for the officials?
And who's cheering for Roller Derby?
I think cheering for roller derby might have just beaten the officials this time round.
Oh. The Roller Derby can't happen without them.
The officials.
Yeah.
So a couple of other things to say. This is also the last game that Frankenherder will be tournament head ref for. So a bit of changing of the guard happening after this game. Corey picking up lead. Goose out on their initial. But also, just because it's the end of Statewide Stampede for the year does not mean that it's the end of the roller derby for the year. Various leagues will be having their own various games to round out the year. I know there's some Halloween games, there's some Pride games, which we're both lucky enough to be participating in. There's also some Christmas bouts. So lots of derbies still to happen around Victoria.
There's also, I don't know if you met the Masters game for Byron soon as well, which many Victorians are going to.
Call off from Kilbo, making sure no points were picked up by Freak Show Francis.
So damage patch Doll jamming for the Chico Rollers, and Rebecca jamming for the Rat Pack. Damage patch Doll does have lead.
Rebecca sniping 1 point there on the call. I believe that was 1 point each in that jam. Just looking at Maureen and Slender as jammer refs. We have OG and Goose Lightning. Snipples taking Goose over the line.
Both balls looking very solid. Doing amazing work keeping those jammers from getting through. And it's OG through for the Rat Pack.
Couple of penalties being picked up, I believe. One apiece. We've got one blocker from the Chicos, one blocker from. Oh no. Okay. Interesting. So one blocker apiece in the penalty box. And I believe as they were calling off the jam, OG also got a penalty. And there was a bit of confusion as to whether the call off had happened or not. That's why there was lots of extra whistles. At least that's what I think's happened. I don't know for certain. But my guess is as good as any, I reckon. So Kilro Baggins taking the power jam start.
Yeah, it's looking a little empty on the track there. But their friends will return from the penalty box soon enough.
J-Rex and Birdie doing what they can to slow things down a little bit, trying to catch Kilbo. Kilbo not having a bar of that. I was right there with you, Kilbo. I was waiting for that showy call off. Unfortunately, the direction from the bench coach was not a call it off. So Kilbo taking their feet and then got told to call it. But I was loving the pose.
It's very, very classy. There's a 10-point jam, putting the Chico Rollers on 85. And Rat Pack sitting on 45. And that one I can math. That is 40-point difference. But still anyone's game. Especially when you're having quick jams, which we've got some stats on from the previous half, which we'll go through soon. Maybe after this jam.
Pack moving fast, trying for points protection. Corey putting on a burst of speed, calling it off.
Yeah, so in the first half of this game, and I've seen some games, and with many jams.
Yes, very many
The
jams.
first half of this game had 30 jams.
30 jams.
30 jams. That is a lot.
It is.
Yeah, that is a lot.
But
And
how did they achieve so many jams?
it's very, very quick. With 10, only 10 of them went longer than 30 seconds.
So 30 jams, only 10 went longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. So it's 20 of them. I can math that one. 20 of them were less than 30 seconds. And only two of them went longer for a minute.
Two for longer than a minute, and I believe it was one went for the full 2 minutes, and went for 1 minute and 1 second. This is quick derby.
Very quick
both in
derby.
terms of speed of jammers and speed of call off.
Because remember what it's like when you're doing paperwork when you're NSOing. Like, does that? I can't remember. Does that fill up a side when you're doing points?
You'd be very, very close to filling it up.
Yeah.
But it also explains why the score is so small, considering some of the derby games and how long this game has actually been played for. It's every single point is being fought for. Things are happening fast. Call-offs are happening quick. No one's been given a chance to really have a long, drawn-out lap fest.
But yeah, you can see why these two are playing for first and second.
June and Vindicator on the ground, getting back up. And that was Kilbo just double checking Vindicator was okay.
So the Rat Pack did pick up 3 points in that previous jam. 52. It looks like we have Corey in the yellow, jamming once more for the Rat Pack. And Damage Patch Doll jamming in the black for the Chico Rollers.
Bit of laughter between KO and Roast Mortem. Again, both of those players had played against each other 10 years ago.
Another 3-point jam for the Rat Pack, put in on 55. 55 versus 88.
33-point difference. And for those on the live stream, that was Bullseye, one of our stream controllers, being displayed on the Hawkeye cam. Kilo Baggins.
Ooh.
Oh God,
Look at
Inception.
that Inception.
Inception. Spills, tumbles, jumps, 1 point. For those looking at the numbers, yes. We've got a bit of numerology happening with the 5s and the 8s.
All right, so it looks like we have OG jamming again for the Rat Pack and Kilbo Baggins for the Chico Rollers, getting out of the lead very quickly.
Okay, we have a timeout.
That's what the silence was like. Oh, it's gone eerily quiet, but I believe we were just waiting to see bench coach Sugar call signal for the team timeout.
The thing I've liked about today has been there's not been a lot of additional stoppages of play, just team-based ones.
Yeah,
And that's brilliant. I like free-flowing derby.
it means we'll finish on time and get back up, get out of here, be able to get to the after party. Sounds like it's raining very heavily out.
Yeah, it sounds like
as well.
it's pouring.
Mm.
So after this game, we will be having the presentation of the awards. We do have trophies for the first, second, and third place teams. Hawkeye is having fun with the Hawkeye cam, wandering around, zooming
Hawkeye.
on different people.
Yeah, I was like, Hawkeye's in his element playing with these fancy toys out there.
And we have Hawkeye cam in on the close action, ready for Toots to start the jam. I mean, to have the derby name of Toots when you're a jam timer is just incredible. Corey with lead.
Corey got that lead so quickly. It was just, yeah, no wonder these jams are going happening so quick and so many of them. Yeah, another quick jam.
It's very much precision, point protection, move up. If someone falls down, that's where your risk is.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single lost moment in this game. Like everything is acted on, and it's very, very good game awareness from these two teams.
I'm going to assume, based on the fact I can't see the jammer for the Rat Pack, that it's Freak Show Francis. But it was. And we have Goose Lightning for the Chico Rollers. Generally speaking, if it's Freak Show Francis, they're either doing a rolling start, they are hiding themselves so low you can't see behind the blockers. It's one of the two. Very quick jam again. 4 points called off.
So we have Kilbo Baggins, the jam again for the Chico Rollers, and Rebecca in the yellow for the Rat Pack. Kilbo goes around the outside.
And she can't count Rebecca out of things, very fast on their feet. And they're one of those skaters who have been skating for so long, they know how to do things. Like that apex jump, landing safely before falling over.
That is some fancy derby.
And picking up 3 points to 1. Not lead. Hitting the floor. outscoring. Very impressive show from Rebecca there. Freak Show Francis picking up lead. Damage Patch Doll stuck in behind Birdie.
Oh, and that is side surfing by Damage Patch Doll around the outside. It's amazing.
A little bit of indecision there might have cost Freak Show Francis. Gave time for Disaster Chief to quickly think through whether or not that had been a cut track or not before awarding the penalty. This means that we will have one of our lone above a minute jams. First one of this half, I believe. Chico's employing the holding a goat to bring the pack back technique. Damage Patch Doll re-entering the pack. Freak Show Francis picking up 4 points.
So this jam is going to feel very long compared to the other jams.
Yeah. KO with a knockout, unfortunately also exiting the track, allowing Freak Show Francis not to have to recycle behind them. Big hits coming from all directions.
When stuff like that happens, these seats are the best. I see that gauntlet that Freak Show Francis was taken. I was like, there's a Chico, there's a Chico, there's a Chico. Get through them all.
That was
All that for 12 points apiece.
that. That was some derby.
That's what happens when we get to do a full 2-minute jam. These teams are so even. That,
Yeah. So the Chicos have now passed the 100 mark.
Goose Lightning.
Corey out on their initial. A little bit of penalty trouble for both teams at the moment. One blocker apiece in the penalty box.
High fives between the jammers. Love to see it. So there was a 4-point jam for the Rat Pack.
8 points for the Chicos.
Yeah. So Rat Pack now on 81 and the Chicos are on 114.
So that lead's starting to. I was going to say starting to stretch out, but no, they are still around the same difference.
And Kilbo Baggins. Just a bit of a hop and revving up the crowd. They love it. Kilbo loves it. We got some noise happening in here. No one in here can hear a word we're saying, but hopefully those watching on the stream can hear the cheers, the screams happening. Yeah.
So 37-point lead now to the Chico Rollers. We have a team timeout.
For the Rat Pack. I agree. In the chat here, we have a comment. Amazing blocking, KO. Always amazing blocking from KO.
So often they are the one last blocker.
Yeah.
Just when you think you got them cleared, they somehow magically appear in front of you.
It's got to be soul destroying. Be like, yes, and through another one, through another one. And it's like, oh, no, they're still KO. Oh, no.
So we just had a nice little close up of Murder Face.
Drinking from a murder face vessel. That's good to see.
Murder Face, one of the reasons why we have the amazing photo book coming out, Faces of Roller Derby.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye's done wonders on their book. I'm excitedly awaiting to receive my copy.
Apparently, my face is in it. I don't know why, but it is.
I've been told I'm on page 124, I believe. Nicola has actually seen a copy of the book.
Really?
I have not, unfortunately. So that has been taunted to me today. Freak Show Francis picking up lead for the Rat Pack.
I kind of want to really do some bad lip reading of the Chico benches there. There's Bruiser, there's Hawkeye Cam, and we were looking at Sugar and Bruiser on the Chico's bench, and there was some words happening. I was like, oh, I'd love to do some bad lip reading to that.
Well, in one of the games earlier, the bench crew was actually mic'd up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, no, no. I would not like to be that bench crew. We have OG, we have Kilbo Baggins. Kilbo Baggins has lead.
So quick, so quick. The whistle just goes, shoots, and then there's lead. Kilbo's out there, lead.
The fact that both jammers are out and eligible for scoring within 15 seconds of the jam starting is just incredible.
Oh, we have some chanting for the Rat Pack.
And Buster Hammy, the mirror for the Chico Rollers, also joining in. Who doesn't like a good chant? A reason to start clapping. Oh, Curry trying for a sneaky jammer on jammer action right at the start. Unfortunately, getting called for a penalty. So it is a power jam for Damage Patch Doll.
Got a feel for those lonely blockers out there left in the yellow for the Rat Pack.
Well, reinforcements are arriving slowly. At the moment, Beck was the only one in play, but we now have Gussie, Beck, and Rose Mortem. Rose and Nix are having a bit of fun out there together, a bit of argy-bargy. Big hit on Corey. Corey on the inside after returning from the penalty box.
Hey, bit of a spinny winnie there for Damage Match Doll.
I will say that was some lovely offense, even though it was incidental from Beck. Helping to get Corey through.
That was a big jam for the Chico Rollers.
Was that 16?
Yeah, 16 points. So used to the much shorter points and call, but yeah, 16-point jam, putting them on 137. And the Rat Pack's sitting on 83 and able to pick up any points from that jam.
We were saying earlier about Hawkeye and his toys, just as it cuts to Hawkeye and Murderface. So Freak Show Francis got called for a penalty and incidentally ran into the wall to avoid colliding with the camera crew. So good awareness in a bad situation. Goose Lightning through for 4 points. Alice with a nice hit, unable to draw back. Goose Lightning because KO was stopping Alice from moving forward. Another drawback happening. The awareness there of Goose Lightning as they were trying to get back on track, but realizing not only was Freak Show Francis back on, but eligible to score and about to hit the pack was brilliant. That was just good awareness all around by Goose Lightning.
Track repair time. We have another comment in the live chat. Go Chicos, killing it. Yeah, Chicos doing good. Both teams are doing great.
Considering,
derby.
yeah, considering the track's been down for this is the 5th game, it's actually held up really.
Yeah. Shout out to our hosts with the most, Geelong Roller Derby. Well done. They do put on a good event.
We have Rebecca picking up lead for the rack pack. Kilbo with a very quick star stash.
Could have to be one of the few jams where Kilbo has not picked up lead. I feel like Kilbo gets a fair bit of lead success there.
A little bit of confusion as Vindicator getting called for a forearms penalty or made a couple of players stop to see, was it me? No. So that was a 2-point jam for Rebecca before it being called off. Unfortunately for the Rat Pack, only 2 blockers on the track for them. Damage patch, Dull making it through. I won't say with ease, but a lot less difficulty than some of the tripods today.
Oh. Got to feel for OG there. That's what we're talking about before. Running that gauntlet, and then what's your prize at the end? It's KO. And what a prize she is.
I'm just like, yep. If anyone's going to be the one doing that, it is 100% KO.
Yeah, OG getting recycled again there. I think by Calamity June. So OG having to come up against this Chico wall again.
I will say
it's KO at the end. OG is very
Damage patch Doll not finding it quite so easy on their 3rd time through the pack.
poor OG. That worked hard. It's really hard to get through that Chico's
Very much
a couple of
so.
times.
So close. So close. So heartbreaking.
So Chico Rollers picking up another 8 points, putting them on 150, and Rat Pack sitting on 85. Not too much.
That's 75 points difference. If my fast math is correct. I will not always say that it is correct. It's been a long day for me.
Oh yeah.
I might not be mathing properly, but I'll give it a shot and say it with confidence. Corey picking up lead for the Rat Pack.
And we have cheering for the Chicos.
So it's Solid Rage with the star now for the Chicos. The direction to Corey has been continue on. Solid rage is like fine, all good. Corey hits the ground
Big 4 off there.
and calls it off. So we're just making sure with a little bit of track maintenance that that fall from before, everything is okay. I knew the camera was coming for me, so. Oh, yes. So we were mentioning before about Alice. Alice is the new trophy that these two teams are going to be playing off for.
Correct. Every time they meet each other on the track, they are going to be playing for the Alice.
So the story goes that during the Ballarat Roller Derby Taskmaster fundraiser, the Alice was won by the Chicos.
Mm-hmm. Dragon City.
So
yeah.
they have decided, let's put it on the line. We're playing the Rat Pack. Let's see who really wins it in the Derby world. So the Alice is now going to happen potentially a couple of times a year. And whichever team wins gets the Alice. Okay, going for the arty shot there. So the track maintenance has been finished. I will say Skater got up under their own steed, so that's always a good thing. Our amazing first aiders, Deadly Sports Plus, all over it for us. In the meantime, Freak Show Francis has picked up lead. Kilro Baggins right behind. The two of them are laughing at each other as they're racing towards the pack. Freak Show Francis with a massive hit going into the pack, picking up all 4 points. And Kilbo managing 1 before the call-off happened. So we are down to under a minute and a half left of Derby.
Not long to go at all. I don't think we're going to quite get to our 30 jams that we had in the first half, though. Like, it's close.
Maybe
Anything
not.
could happen. It's Derby.
Or what? This is enough time for at least 2 jams. And we're on jam 26, so we're closing in. We're closing in. Okay, we're going to go into jam 27.
Points, points, points. I believe that looks like a 3-point jam for the Rat Pack. Putting them on 96. And the Chico Rollers kept from scoring in that jam, but they're still sitting on 156.
So what is most likely, fairly confident to say, the last jam? We have Goose Lightning up against OG,
Oh,
who has star passed to Birdie.
yes, up past the birdie there.
The period clock has come to an
Oh,
end.
wow.
We are on jam clock only time.
These skaters literally throwing their all into this possibly last jam of this last game of our 2025 Statewide Stampede season.
Goose on 1 foot at the front of the pack, picking up all 4 points. Birdie being recycled once more by KO. Goose picking up another 4. And I do not blame them for making this one of the only long jams. So we had 2 jams in the first half that went longer than a minute. And this is probably the second one in the second half.
Goose Lightning calling that one off. After picking up, looks like it's, oh, there's some more points. 14-point jam for the Chico Rollers, putting them on 170. 3 points getting picked up for Ballarat's Rat Pack, putting them on 99. I was wondering if would they get to 100, but just 1 point shy, but a fair effort.
So we are just waiting for the rolling whistle.
Correct. Which means I do get to write on the Alice.
You get to ride on the Alice,
Alice
indeed.
Dragon City Roller Derby.
And with that rolling whistle, we give you first place in the grand final of the Statewide Stampede, the Chico Rollers. And in our second place, our hard-fought Rat Pack. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in on the live stream. And for those of you in the crowd, we do have presentations coming up, but I've been Judy Bench.
And I've been Scarticus.
And we'll see you next year.
Next year.
scoreboard. So this year marks 10 years of Statewide Stampede. There's an entire generation of Derby players in Victoria who have only known the Derby landscape as this tournament provided anchor across the year. We're iconic, we lasted, and it's only thanks to the endless, quiet, invisible hours of all the people in the tournament. This has happened due to the following: the club liaison, the hours of work for the hosting clubs for each round, the hours our officials have spent learning their craft, and the enthusiasm of the players. However, today we are marking a handover of leadership with our tournament head ref Frank and our tournament admin Al, who have started to step down. Al has taken on some took on the admin role in 2024, and they have done some amazing work to keep the tournament nice and calm. They were a sock rolling and always on their feet for Frank and I over the last 2 years. Thank you, Al, wherever they are. Frank became tournament head NSO in 2018 and then took on tournament head ref in 2024. They rostered and assisted with every round since then, including the ones where they weren't physically able to be here, like the one earlier this year at the Roller Derby World Cup. The hours and work and dedication they have brought to this position cannot be overstated, and the tournament would not have lasted the distance without their tired work. And I don't know how we'll keep that up. And I'll miss our endless chats and check-ins. Thank you, Frank. Enjoy your future endeavours. Come and get a little gift. You want to say anything?
I'll just say thank you. That's all I have to say.
And now with that, I would like to introduce our co-tournament head officials for the next 2 years, which are myself, Buster Hammy, and Muggles. We are both very excited to be working together and looking forward to 2026. Now that is out of the way, it is time to give out the trophy to what the teams will be working towards. And I'd like to give third place to the Royals from Kingston Roller City. There you go. You can get a photo. You can get a photo with everyone. Get a group photo. Get a group photo. Second place goes to the Rat Pack from Ballarat Roller Derby League.
Thank you.
And before I give out first place, I would like to thank everyone again for being here to celebrate the finals of Statewide Stampede 2025, and I hope to see you all next year. Now, a big congratulations to the Chico Rollers from Dragon City for being the winners of 2025. Thank you. My arm's getting sore.